Why, hello there, guys. How we doing today? Hey, so what's up? I'm alive for once. I'm like never alive, am I? It's kind of it's kind of weird, because I'm never on YouTube. But I'm always on YouTube. I just don't post at all, as you can kind of see from my latest upload rates. The derivative of it is like undefined. Well, I mean, if it was undefined, it'd be like going like perfectly vertical. No, it's like zero, really. Probably a -1 or something. Something not positive. So, yeah, that's me. Hello, guys. How we doing? So, today I'm gonna be like talking about Greek mythology. I think I tried to do this before. Not sure if I have, but I kind of want to do it. Been wanting to do it because I have like a really strong love for mythology. Even if I'm a Christian, I still like the idea of myths and like pre-religions and stuff. I mean, I'm just an open kind of guy. I like other religions and knowing them too. Um, but um, but yeah. So I want to tell you about a little bit about my love for mythology. So I never really knew there were such things as myths, or at least what myths were. Myths. I feel like I'm pronouncing it as mist, which is like that little fog thing you get from the sea. Yeah, no, I'm not trying to say that. Myths. I keep saying it. So I first learned about myths with, of course, there it is again, Rick Riordan's Percy Jackson series. He kind of became my favorite childhood author. He still kind of is. I have his books up on the top shelf of my bookshelves. Yeah, that's how much I like him still. He's still a good author. Um, Although I never read like any of his other books, except for mythology ones. Like Kane Chronicles, Percy Jackson, Heroes of Olympus, and the one about Norse mythology. I can't remember it. But yeah, so nowadays, I just finished a book called American Gods by Neil Gaiman. Absolutely love it. Oh my gosh, it's so great. Oh, it's so great. I got it from used bookstore online. And it was gold. It was great. I loved it. Oh my gosh. Um, but yeah, basically it takes into consideration almost all of the gods in the world. Not really. It focuses on Norse mythology, but it still has some of Indian, some South American, stuff like that. And then my computer's like, hey, do you want to scan your computer for updating? No, because my BIOS will never update because BIOSes never update. Okay, whatever. But yeah, so let's get down to what I want to do. But yeah, that's basically my history of mythology. I love it. It's pretty great. You should really like read into it. So what about? So why am I doing this video? So I'm basically doing this video to like just tell a myth. And it's the start of like probably not a series because I'm super lazy and never got on YouTube, but like maybe like a series of Greek mythology or just myths. And what better way to start it with a creation myth from Greek mythology? Okay, so I guess we should get started. Yeah. So I'll just pause for a minute and just yeah. Okay, so that was pause. Okay, so in Greek mythology, the world or the universe rather starts off in chaos. Okay, so there's nothing. There's nothing and everything. It's like nothing's there that makes sense, but everything there doesn't make sense, but is capable of making sense. It's something like that. It's really paradoxical, but it's like the Big Bang. Which apparently recently got out of the science loop. I don't know. But basically, it's like the Big Bang, where it's like something that wouldn't seem like to be able to create the universe, yet it does. It's something like that. So chaos um is in the beginning, and then like all of a sudden this woman pops out. Her name's Gaia. She's the Earth. Okay, so she's like all green and naturey, but she's a primordial god. Okay, so like she's like one of the very first, and so she's a little crude. She's a little unrefined. She doesn't like sip her tea with her pinky up. It's one of those kind of ladies. She curses a lot too. It's like, Republicans are like, ew. Sorry, I had to get political because I mean, why not? But Gaia comes up and she's like, hey, I want a habu. Is that how you pronounce it? I know in Japan it's waifu, but I'm not sure about husband. But okay, so Gaia wants a husband. So I don't know. She just like gets pregnant somehow, and like out comes Uranus, who becomes the sky, and so Gaia is down on the earth. She is the earth. And then Uranus is the sky. He's over her, and it's like, hey babe, I'm like right on top of you. Want to have sex a ton? And so they do. Okay. So and they made the Cyclops, Tartarus, which apparently is called Tartarus. I call it Tartarus. Tartar, not Tartarus. It's kind of like, But they made Tartarus, which is like hell in Greek mythology, because well, I'll explain later. So and then she makes the hundred. They make the 100-handed ones, which are like these giants with 100 hands, 500 fingers, 2 feet. Surprisingly, it's like, dang, those are some strong feet and legs, And they also have 50 heads, which is kind of like, ooh, 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 ooh 50 times, yeah. Um, and they make a lot of other stuff. Also, like, no, that's the Taurus. Um, and so they make the Titans, and the Titans are like they're basically like the gods, but kind of more basic, like that white chick that goes to Starbucks every day. Yeah, kind of like her, who loves avocados and stuff. Yeah, me and my family. Okay, but honestly, so the Titans were like the gods. They were more primitive, They hold control over more basic stuff. Where Gaia had control over the Earth and Uranus had the sky. One of them could be over time. One of them could be over the sun. Stuff like that. So it's just like less of an abstraction from the sky and from the Earth. It's more specialized. Okay. Okay, so the realm is more specialized, but not too specialized. Okay. And so Uranus is like, Gaia, those 100-handed ones are really ugly. I'm gonna shove it up your Earth hole, I guess, and put it in Tartarus, one of our kids. And she's like, that's not cool with me, bro. And he's like, I don't care, I'm the man in this relationship. I don't need you. When really he did, because like Gaia made him, so yeah. But yeah. So Uranus puts the 100-handed ones in Tartarus. And so Gaia is like, dude, you did not shove like five beings with 500 hands up my butt, okay? No, that's not good, okay? Please don't. And so she's like, she goes to her youngest Titan. He's like, yo, Kronos. Because that's what his name was, Kronos. He was the Lord of Time. So he's like, Kronos, hey. So I have this scythe of adamantine. Do you think you can chop your dad's balls off for me? And he's like, what I get in return? You can be king of titans. He's like, sweet mom, I love that. I'll gladly chop off dad's balls for you. Hey. I love how tell stories, honestly. Like, I could listen to record myself and be super arrogant, and just be like, I am so funny. Arrogance, I love it. That was a loud clap, considering my voice is like deep down here. And it's like, yeah, I'm muttering, aren't I? Like, this is barely intelligible. It's mostly because the only person in this house is asleep. And that person isn't me. I'm not in the house, apparently. It's surprising, yeah. But anyway, so I'm just really quiet because the other person in the house is asleep, probably, or watching a video, and I'm like hoping she doesn't disturb me so I don't have to re-record all 10 minutes and a half of this. So Gaya's mad. Kronos is like, hey, I'll castrate my dad for you. And so he does. And Armand's just like, dude, those were my balls. You don't just do that to a dude. And so he's like, you know what? You kids, y'all are just jerks. Get out of my sight. And so he goes up to the sky, which is like his realm. And Kronos is like, oh, well, here are dad's balls. They feel really gross considering I came from these. And so he trips them into the ocean. Okay, and so out of that ocean and those, yeah, those like sperm things, what they talk about in Set's Ed, but you're like, America is very anti-sex, how dare you? And so that sperm in like the ocean make foam. That foam is like, hey, I'm a beef goddess named Aphrodite. What's up, fam? And of course she comes out nude because I mean, what better way for a woman to get out of? I can't even say that joke. That's like really borderline. Oh my gosh. Okay, but yeah. So Aphrodite comes out naked because I mean she's like the goddess of sexuality and stuff. Ignore that joke. It was just a joke. You know, I make a lot of borderline jokes, guys. Don't worry about it. But yeah, so Aphrodite is born, and the Titans rule. Okay, with Kronos as their king, and so Kronos is like, hey, Rhea, my sister, legit sister, want to have like be incest for the Wincest and marry and have kids? And she's like, yeah, sure, because there's like the only other people they could have kids with were their siblings or their kids or their nephews or their nieces. It's kind of like, don't want to do that, man. Oh, that's gross. I don't want to have kids with my kids. So better, might as well just be like a brother or a sibling. And probably like Rhea's like, yo, Kratos is king now. I want some of that. I'm such a gold digger. But yeah. But Kratos is like, you know, if my dad's kids manage to like cut off his balls, what will happen to me and my kids? Will they overthrow me like I overthrew my dad? So and he's like, hey Rhea, I know you're preggers and stuff, but I'm gonna eat your next child and like every child after that, okay? And you'd think you'd stop. I think you would stop, but apparently you don't because like Prometheus told me you like won't, cause like why? Um, but yeah, so Rhea's like, really, really, but causes like I'm a man and family, kind of the same excuses Uranus did, and so he eats them. I've heard stories that he swallowed them whole because he's an immortal titan, and I've seen pictures of him just like eating their flesh off, which is kind of like, okay, yes, I do want to see an old dude eating a baby. It's kind of like that. It's really disturbing. But I mean, this was like before society came around and was like, hey, that's wrong. You can't have guns. Okay, I'm sorry, I gotta stop. I'm gonna be political. Okay, but yeah. So Crown starts eating their kids. Rhea's mad, and so she's pregnant again because after 11 kids being eaten by her husband. You think she stopped, but she didn't. Okay. But she's pregnant with her 12th kid. Okay. And so she's like, hey, Gaia, can you hide me while I give birth to like this baby of mine? You know, like that's eating like half my food. I'm not really liking it at all. You know, 'cause like, ugh, you know. But can you help me? Can you help a sister out? Can you help a daughter out, really? Cause, and the guy's like, yeah, sure, just hide in this cave and like I'll take care of him. And so Rhea gives birth to Zeus, who's the youngest god. Okay. And so Rhea gives birth, and Gaia like hides him from Kronos and all that. And so Gaia's like, hey, so I need to give my hubby a baby. I'll take this rock, this really flat rock, you know, a stone, you know, and like put some blankets over it, you know, and like give it to Kronos, you know, and maybe he'll eat it and not notice that babies weigh considerably less than what I'm giving to him, you know. But oh well. So Rhea gives Kronos the baby rock, the pet rock, you know, and he's like, and it's like swallows it. Okay. So now he has a rock in his stomach. Kidney stone, maybe. You know, you feel me? Oh, I feel like I'm trying really hard, but I'm really not. It's just, these are how bad my jokes are, guys. But yeah, so Zeus grows out to be a pretty great boy, you know, even though he is raised by this chick who wanted her husband dead, and so it told her son to cut off his balls. Yeah, but anyways, so Zeus is like, I'm big and strong now. I'm big boy. Rah! And so Gaia like, hey, so you gotta fulfill the prophecy. Okay, so you gotta like cut open like Kronos and get all your siblings back. Okay, and he's like, okay, sweet fam. Okay, and so he goes over there and like he steals Kronos' adamantine insides that it still has from Uranus, and like slices open Kronos' stomach, you know, and like apparently they didn't have digestive fluids with all the acid and stuff, you know, because I guess drugs weren't popular back then or something. I don't know. Maybe we had to have acid first before we had a digestive acid. I mean, oh well. So and like oddly enough, probably because they're gods. You know, it's probably because they're gods that they didn't burn up in acid. But because they're gods, they came out of the stomach whole, fully grown, and all that. You know, it's like sweet, we good. And so they wage war on the Titans. Prometheus helps because he's like, I'm the Titan Enforcer. I know these guys are going to win. I'm gonna help the guys that are gonna win. It's like slams punches like Kronos all the time, and it's just like ah. And also, Zeus frees the 100-handed ones from Tartarus, the Taurus, and they start drawing rots at the times, you know, and so it's like, woo, we win, the gods won. So Zeus gets rid of Hera, and that's where you knew Zeus was going to be a player. Yeah. So after he's like, hey, so I'm really like hot. You should like, you should like let me join your Olympian gods, you know. And Zeus like, hub hub, you know, and it's like, okay, sure, let's go. And so the gods win, and the gods are supreme. Yay! The end. Bye, guys. Have fun with your lives. Use a condom. Don't die. It's bad for your health. See y'all next time.